Excuse me.
God bless you.
Thank you. So here we are. We are back here on the Friday Vibes Morning Show with yours truly, Jay Chris, here on New Tools Radio, newtoolsradio.com, and the New Tools Radio app. And of course, right now we are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So make sure you join our Facebook or what is it? Like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and subscribe to whatever it is on Twitch that you do that too. But right now, of course, it's time for the real guys. And if you're looking right now, if you're watching on YouTube or any of the things I just told you about while I try to take care of these issues I have, you see I got both the fellas on today. This is a first for the Friday Vibes Morning Show. We got both the fellas. We got Hippie Heem and we got Jay Hussein on from the Real Guys giving us their weekend suggestions. And I appreciate the fellas for being on last couple of weeks. They've been doing their thing, man. So they do what they do. They get things together for y'all, just for y'all right here on the Friday Vibes Morning Show. So if you haven't checked them out on their spot, I'm gonna give them a chance to put it out there so y'all can check them out. But right now we got both brothers, Hippie Heem, Jay Hussein from the Real Guys Podcast. What's going on, fellas?
Yo, good morning, New Twist family.
Good morning. I appreciate y'all for coming back once again to give the Twist family the weekend suggestion, what we should be watching. And I'm gonna pick my feet up off the floor and I'm gonna give it to y'all. What should we be watching this weekend? It's a Memorial Day weekend, so we got a couple extra days, at least one. What should I watch?
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna start it off for us today. The first thing I like to say is all reviews and all things that we talk about today, you could find it on RGTV, totally free, right? Once you purchase the box, we watch all our TV shows, movies, sports, anything that we talk about, we watch right here on this box. One-time fee. You don't have to come back to us again later on about it. We got you covered. All right. So this week I watched on my RGTV. Ragnarok season 2 to start it off. Now, a lot of people didn't watch Ragnarok because it's actually a Norwegian TV show, right? But it's basically the story of Thor. If Thor grew up, on Earth versus Valhalla and all of that. Now,
I never even knew about it. Wow, tell me more.
Now this one it's a dub series, right? So of course the mouth don't really move with the words like that. So once you get past that part, I promise you, this is probably the best story I ever seen about Thor, man. Because it's raw. He's just a dirty young boy who ain't really got no friends, who basically develop his powers over time versus just being this god all strong shooting lightning out of a hammer. It's crazy, man. Season 2, they bring out Loki from the rip, his brother, man. As a person with a brother, I love to see the brothers come together to do battle, man. So I think it's a crazy story. Check it out. It can be found on Netflix if you don't have an RGTV yet, but I would suggest this weekend grabbing one of these boxes. For my second movie, it's called Army of the Dead. Now, Army of the Dead is starring John Bautista and Amari Hardwick. This is basically my number one zombie movie so far. And I went back and I watched a couple of my classics just to see if, how they compared. And Army of the Dead really took the cake when it came to zombie plots. Now, a lot of people like the slower zombies. Some people like the super zombies. I feel like this one had a good mix. It showed, because it had I guess your basic ones, and then it had your alpha zombies. And you kind of need that because you don't want every zombie to just be able to rip you apart, and then you want to be able to, have some type of battle or some type of, something that you can't really get out of, right? You got to have some type of hardship in there. So I thought that this one was really good, and you got to see Amari Hardwick come back out since the Ghost Stories. I mean, since Power. So I thought it was good to see him. Dave Bautista did good. Coming out of wrestling. He's been out of wrestling for a minute, but from wrestling to actor, I thought it was real good to see him play this role. And for my last one, it just came out today. It's called Endangered Species. Now, I didn't get a chance to really dive into this because it was early this morning. But I got to say that, this is some of Real Guys' favorite type of movies, the survival movies. Basically it's a well-to-do family that goes to Kenya And they're basically on a trip. They want to go to safari. They want to do the things you would think to do in Africa, see the animals and things like that. Or then they run into some trouble and they wind up doing battle with nature and with man. So not only do you got the hardship of trying to survive out in the wilderness, but even when they do find humans, they got trouble there too. You can catch all that right on the preview. We'll be posting that up on Real Guide's Instagram today. But it's just crazy because it's like it's a what would you do moment, which is our favorite type of movies. What would you do in this situation? It's fight or flight in a lot of situations. In a lot of situations, it's just flight. You don't got no choice but to try to run, man. So,
Right.
it's crazy. So
what you gonna do against some animals, right?
Exactly. Ain't too much fighting.
That's why hunters carry the rifles, because they can't fight them animals.
Exactly. Yeah.
So okay, so to recap, you got Ragnarok
season 2.
Ragnarok season. So I'm gonna have to watch season 1 because I didn't even know that. I ain't know nothing about that.
Yeah,
when you said Ragnarok 2, I said, damn, they made another Ragnarok movie?
Right. Thor Ragnarok, right? Exactly.
Right, yeah. But okay, but this is the series though.
Right.
Okay. Right. It was Ragnarok 2, and what were the other two? It was
Army of the Dead.
And
Endangered Species.
Okay.
Now, Army of the Dead you can find on Netflix, but Endangered Species is in theaters. It's not on
okay.
And the streaming services except for the #1 streaming service, which is RGTV.
RGTV box. All right, there you go.
I'm definitely interested in seeing that.
Because this is a Memorial Day weekend and you got the extra day, we got Jay Hussein also. We got both members of the Real Guys here. So Jay also has some suggestions for this weekend. So Jay, I'm gonna pick my feet up off the floor again. I'm gonna let you have it.
Hey, New Twist family, you already know what's about to happen. Look, remember we in the house kinda because they say in the Northeast we're gonna have some rain, right? So we might be in the crib, and which means kids gonna be around, right? So today, Cruella dropped. All right, Cruella. All right.
Okay.
So Cruella is the story of Cruella DeVille from 101 Dalmatians. For all of us who know that story, now I'm not gonna lie, I was a rough kid. Me and my brother grew up pretty rough. I didn't really watch movies like 101 Dalmatians. All right, but I
don't think I ever saw it.
Yeah, I've seen like pieces of it. Right, I get the gist. Right. But the thing I love about this is that it's, first of all, it's a live adaptation, so it's not a cartoon. It's not animated. It's live. And secondly, I love that it's PG-13. You always get to see the Dalmatians from a little kid standpoint, right? So this movie's not actually for little kids. It's PG-13. This is for my young ladies, right? My young ladies can watch this, right? Young guys too. It's for everybody. But the thing I loved about the Cruella is, well, first of all, let me get into 101 Dalmatians real quick. 101 Dalmatians came out in 1961. So we talking about 60 years Cruella DeVille been a villain, right? And we always love a good villain, man. So she's definitely what you call a good villain. This shows her from a child to growing up, and you'll see how Cruella became evil, right? You'll see that here, man. So I want everybody to tune in this now. Now, the one thing I want to talk about real quick with RGTV is this week you'll see that Cruella actually comes out on Disney Plus. But if you're a member of Disney Plus, it is going to cost you $30, $29.99 on top of your membership, right, to see this movie. So you got to think, you somebody who paying $15 a month for this, but now you got to pay an additional $30 for it. So this is why a lot of times we're not really trying to sell people to RGTV, even though it is for sale. We're trying to make you understand that, man, you got to save out on some of this extra money, these extra monthly fees by copping one. But again, Cruella is on Disney Plus, and it can also be seen on RGTV, and it's in the theaters too. So if you guys get a chance to get out, you can catch it there. All right. My second flick, which is in the movies also, is called A Quiet Place Part 2. All right. This is the sequel to the 2018 A Quiet Place, right? It's a horror movie. And this one basically about a family that's forced to survive. Here we go with more survival movies, right? But they forced to survive and navigate like a post-apocalyptic world. It's basically got these monsters with this ridiculous hypersensitive hearing where they can hear any little thing you do. So you have to be as quiet as possible or it's going to mean death, man. They pretty much killed off most of the population. So the surviving people is just trying to get by and survive, man. So check that one out. This one is not on. It can only be seen in theaters or, of course, on RGTV. So if you get a chance, check that one out, right? And my last one, man, and this is my favorite one, Jay. If you get a chance, man, I would love for you to check this one out in the audience as well. It's called the Underground Railroad, right?
I
It can be
already want
seen
to
on.
watch it. Already, I
Oh,
want to
this
watch
is so good because, of course, the story is about the Underground Railroad, which of course is it's kind of messed up from the beginning because we already know what we diving into. But it follows a slave named Cora Randall, basically as she escapes a plantation in Georgia, and she goes state to state running, and it's a bounty hunter following her from state to state. And he's so hell-bent on catching her because he's got this flawless record of catching slaves. And he's only not caught one slave in his life, and that one slave was her mother. So
it.
ironically enough, he's tracking her down because he doesn't want that blemish on his record. And you really just get to see really a different look at the story of the Underground Railroad, because in the beginning of this, they don't even know that it exists. So as they're running, you got to think they're running off faith. They're running off of what they heard. You know what I mean? There was no internet. There was no phones. There was no none of that. There was no GPS, no maps. They're navigating off the mind, and it's just incredible to see. You know, the story. In one sense, it bothers me because I'm seeing what's happening. In the other sense, it gives me great strength to see our people and just see where we came from, man. So if y'all get a chance, check out the Underground Railroad that can be seen on Amazon Prime or, of course, on RGTV. Right? And that wraps it up for me this weekend, y'all.
So before we move forward, I want to talk about the Underground Railroad real quick, because there was a show out. You guys probably remember a few years back. I think it was called The Underground. I think.
Yeah,
And it lasted 2 seasons. It was actually a really good show. It was actually a really good show, but I think it was a little too harsh for some people.
Right.
But they come back with a show that's pretty much the same
Similar
thing, right?
It is. I think the angle of this show was it's told directly through this particular slave. So you're seeing it through the eyes of Cora Randall. This is actually even based on a novel. So this is just a novel kind of brought to screen. But yeah, it's seen through those eyes. That's the thing. It is very harsh. So that's what I'm saying. In one angle, I'm throwing stuff at my TV, and in one angle, I'm cheering them on to see the strength and perseverance of our people. So I think you'll love this one too, Jay Chris, especially if you like that last one. Yep.
Absolutely. So, all right. So we got our weekend suggestions from the real guys, right? But that's not all they do, right? They are. I'm going to just put it out there. I'm just going to say serial entrepreneurs, right? Because that's what life is really about right now. Absolutely. There are other things too. There's the RGTV box. There's the give me more. It's Memorial Day weekend. We putting it all out there for Memorial Day weekend because we got to look good on Memorial Day weekend and for the rest of the summer. So, what you got for me, fellas?
Absolutely. I think I'll let him chime in first here, man. With True Green and what's going on in there.
Yeah. So True Green, high quality product. We do a oil and cookie products. We try to keep it very simple. It's all edible related. But my cookies are all 100% organic. I make everything from scratch now. And I will go ahead and crown myself the best edibles in Philly, just off the simple fact that I've been doing it for 10 plus years. My product has been proven, and I meet all the requirements, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything, any flavors you're looking for, I have probably the biggest selections of flavors and variety of anyone that I've ever seen. And again, 10 years strong, never a complaint, never a return. So True Green Oil at Instagram. Get with me, y'all. And Jay?
Absolutely. And of course, man, if you're looking for anything to wear, we have the Frozen Dreams apparel line. Frozen Dreams serves men, children, and women. We got everything from high quality, high-end clothing, from Givenchy to Versace. If you're looking for things of that nature, if you like sports apparel, sports jerseys, as you can see, he is rocking, something right now from Frozen Dreams. And
Vince Carter, we already know.
Absolutely, man. Frozen Dreams apparel on Instagram. The items can also be picked up from Hair Wizards Barbershop, 6654 Frankfurt. And yeah, if you guys need anything, man, I like to say that we definitely are high quality. I can honestly say we have over 10,000 products to choose from. So a vast variety, man. And look, and we take requests. So if you see it, we either have it or we'll get it, man. So please check us out. Frozen Dreams Apparel.
There you have it. Now, give us the information about the box one more time. The RGTV box.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. RGTV. Like I said, guys, this is basically all your streaming services in one, plus live TV. I know we've had the Fire Sticks over years. I've had two. I tell people all the time, my reputation to me is everything. I don't want to sell you something that I don't use or something that I heard about. This is something that I use. I can honestly say if I spun my camera around right now, and I'll do it just for the sake of being honest. On my TV right now is Cruella. I'm watching Cruella this morning free of charge. It is not $30 for me. It is free to me, okay? You can have that same thing, man. We just trying to save the people money. It's a 4K TV sponsored through 5G and Android power. It works, guys. We have very rare complaints. We get the basic complaints. It's the same people who call in the Comcast and trying to figure out where their HD channel is. That's the complaints we get. We never get the complaints on the actual product itself, and we're here to help. So if you ever do have a complaint, we'll fix it for you. The box also comes with a 3-month warranty. You can't beat that. So, you know, again, it's the RGTV. You can either DM us on Real Gods, or you could go through Jay Chris, man, because Jay Chris got them too.
Let me know. Let me know.
Let us know.
I hook the people up. Hey, I'm the middleman, but that's the plug right there. Y'all go straight to the source. They got you covered. All right.
Absolutely.
Jay Hussein, Hippie Heen from the Real Guys, once again putting it down for y'all. I hope y'all was taking notes because it's Memorial Day weekend, and y'all gonna need to watch something because up here in the Northeast, you might have some bad weather before y'all get out there to them parties. Oh, real quick question for the both of y'all. Because I put it out there for the people, so I'll put it out there for y'all to answer too. I know y'all busy, and I'm not trying to keep y'all too long. But with the CDC doing, you know, saying y'all don't have to wear a mask if you're vaccinated and all like that, and people getting out and getting together and all like that, how do y'all feel about this Memorial Day weekend getting out with your people? Are y'all for it? Are y'all wearing masks? Not wearing a mask? I'm not asking if you're vaccinated or not. That ain't none of my business. But you know, how y'all feel about getting out there with your folks this weekend? Are y'all doing it or y'all staying in? What y'all do? I know y'all busy. Y'all gonna be watching some stuff for the weekend suggestions, but I know that y'all gonna get out a little bit, right?
Gonna try the you know, weather pending because it's supposed to be a rainy weekend, so you know we kind of wanted to do something, but at the same time we don't want to be outside with inclement weather. Me and Jay really never stopped moving, you know, during the pandemic. We still had to go hustle. The family got to sit at home and snuggle up, you know what I'm saying? But we always kind of been active, so it's like the pandemic really didn't change nothing for us. I don't wear masks out in public, but I wear them in the stores, you know. I wear them inside, but if I'm outside on the beach or something, or if I'm, you know, I ain't definitely wearing them. I need to breathe.
Look, I just came from Vegas. There was not a soul in Vegas wearing a mask. There wasn't one.
Really?
I tried to buy a mask from the store. They was like, "We don't got no mask. What you got a mask for? You try to rob us?" I'm like, "No, it's a pandemic." Okay, but
they were one of the first ones to open up, if I remember correctly, like Georgia or something crazy.
Let me tell you something. In Vegas, they don't wear masks or clothes, but that's a whole nother story. Okay, I'm just trying to say, look, I was in the gym this week. There were no masks in the gym. I was in Maggiano's restaurant just last night. There wasn't no mask there. I was, this whole pick and choose, and I'm sure that's a whole nother segment, man. But I can say be as safe as what applies to your family, and distance yourself. But I could say like the mask, I could see it dwindling, and yeah, I don't see it much more like it was, Jay.
And they was only my fault.
No, go ahead.
They was only able to vaccinate, I think, like 30 to 35% of the population. You know what I'm saying? Which is what we knew. That's the same people who gonna take the H1N1 when they put it in CVS. That's the same people who gonna take the Zika vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not really getting the numbers that they want. So it's like you damned if you do. Either you're gonna let these businesses die, or you're gonna open them back up. That's what it's covered
They
down.
getting desperate for those vaccines, man. I mean, to be honest with you, well, this is sponsored by the government, but you can get an RGTV if you get a vaccine, man. I'm sorry, the government paid me to say that. They paid me to say that. They getting desperate, man. They getting desperate.
It's crazy. They're paying people to get the vaccine. They're talking about tuition. They're talking about lottery. They're talking about all types of stuff, which just makes me a little skeptical. Like, really, you don't do that for the flu. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother show. But I appreciate y'all for being with us, man. And you know, the weekend suggestion, if y'all wasn't taking notes, you can go back and check this video out over on the New Twist Radio Facebook page, on the New Twist Radio YouTube channel, on the New Twist Radio Twitch channel, and of course, the Real Guys are going to have it up on their social media as well. Give them the social media, fellas.
At Real Guys, REELGODS, on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
There you go. There you go. So make sure you go over there and check that out. Now let's get back to the music here on the Friday Vibes Morning Show. It's your Memorial Day weekend jam, and you know, we just having some fun. We're taking you on to the right vibe to your Memorial Day extra day weekend. Keep it locked, y'all.
All right.
All right, hold on. Let me